You know, I just want an AI voice editor that all it does is remove all the times you go. Anyway, before we even start, that looks like a giraffe. I don't know why, but as I've been glancing at this image from a little bit of a faraway distance, it looks like a giraffe.
What, her arm?
Yeah! She looks like a giraffe!
This is one of my favorite box arts. I don't know why. It's like, what's going on here? It's a tennis game, but there's like fish floating.
It looks like a Studio Ghibli film, promotional art.
Yeah, dude, it's so freaking good. This game didn't come out in the United States, so there's no comparison. But the sequel of the game just has a real person on it.
That's a shame.
Like a real tennis player, and it's got like someone's name on it. But anyway, this is Double Boost. I guess we're calling it Double Boost Education Station. I don't know what we're learning today.
That's the beauty of the Education Station. It's something.
See, the last two Rocket made, this is the one I made, and you can tell the way we make things can be quite different.
We are two very different people.
Very little text is on this. Granted, this is a very visual experience. We're going to be talking about game box art. What's up with it?
I don't know.
What's up with it? So, first, I want to just start off with the discussion. Favorite box arts. Now, these are three I came up with. I love the Xenoblade 1 box art. The only reason I played Xenoblade 1 was because I thought that robot looked so freaking cool.
And it doesn't even play a role in the story.
You see that robot, you see the Mechanis like this in one shot. In the rest of the game, you barely, like, really see him. But I was like, yo, dude. I was like, do you fight that thing? No. Not really. And I like Nier Automata's box art for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't know.
It just looks pretty clean.
It's just clean. And then Twilight Princesses is one of my favorites.
That's probably one of the most iconic box arts.
Yeah.
Just something about it just screams, we're nothing like Wind Waker.
Yeah, it's just like, just straight up like Nintendo's like, we edgy as heck, bro. Like, look at the wolf and Link with his pencil drawn looking face. Like, what is your favorite box arts? I told you to come prepared.
I know, and truth be told, Wind Waker box art for the GameCube, there's something about it. I remember it's just so clean.
The shiny one?
Yeah, it's like, it's got the logo, and it's got like a slight gold Link on his boat. Yeah, there's something about that particular art that I will remember very fondly.
It reflects in the light very well. The disc is really cool too.
That too.
I love the disc. But the thing is, oh, did I spell favorite wrong?
Not in post.
Not in post! I'm looking at that, that's not right. But we're gonna, people always say no one remembers the good things they say to you. You only remember the bad things. And so, we're gonna talk about you only remember the bad box arts. And I think the worst box art of all time is basically every Sega Master System game, because they just put a grid, a white grid, and they just put a little guy on there.
What I think is funny is everything it's just got the grid, but the grids are all slightly different. It's not the same PNG of a grid. I feel like whoever was like, okay guys, we gotta be consistent with our design. We all need to use a grid. It's like, okay, do you have like a basic image for us? No, just use a grid.
Yeah, just use a grid. They'll know it's Sega. It's like Black Belt. Like imagine like if you're a collector, right? And you're like, oh, I want to display all the box art, so I like it. And you just got Black Belt up there. It's like it's not even a whole foot. You can see where the leg cuts off and the grid's still there.
It just looks like clip art you would see in PowerPoint.
It's so bad.
She's like, welcome to our karate class team, and it's just got this half cut foot.
And it's like called Black Belt. Why isn't it a black belt? Why is it a foot? But then next, speaking of Transbot, okay, I was digging around looking at this stuff, and there's a rare version of the Transbox box art, which I've never seen before, which is somebody holding the cartridge of the Transbot cartridge on the box. never seen it before where the box art is somebody holding the game on the box art.
What I think is funny is like they even put the robot, like he's not even on the cover anymore. He's on the cover of the game itself.
It's just, I don't know who Rare Bucky is. This came out of an eBay listing, which I want to bring up is box art, a North American box art, pretty easy to find. It's backed up, high quality on the internet. European box art basically doesn't exist on the internet, can't find it. Japanese box art, it's like 50-50. And so a lot of the time, the highest quality box art I can find is out of people taking a picture of the box so they can sell it on eBay. So you're gonna see a lot of this because it's the best way to not get this chunky, gross image. But the Master System did kind of improve. It got a little better.
Yeah, that seems a little bit nicer rather than just having 1 foot. It's actually got some stuff going on.
Yeah, they stuck to the grid. They were really Sega's really dedicated to the grid. But like the Sonic ones, like, okay, there's grid, but there's enough stuff on there, you don't notice the grid. But let's talk about.
So one thing I kind of just noticed with this, you know the phrase "never judge a book by its cover."
Oh yeah.
They're making you judge a book because they're telling you what kind of games these are. You've got action game and you got adventure role play game. They really want you to play the adventure roleplay game.
Oh yeah, it's way more like adventure roleplay. And it's just like Sonic's action. You can play it on your Master System 2, or Mega Drive / Genesis with the power base converter.
I forgot how weird Sega consoles were.
Yeah, you can play Master System games on the Genesis, which is kind of nuts. Talking about graphic design, right? White grid, right? This is about to blow your mind. What if it wasn't white, but it was black?
Oh!
And it's way better. I love Genesis box art because they went with the black grid.
Yo, they went to dark mode.
And look how much, I mean, they put more art on it. But Genesis box art, dude, holy crap. This needs to be like put in a museum.
That Ghosts and Goblins poster makes the game look way cooler than it actually is.
Yeah, that game sucks. I hate Ghosts and Goblins. Or that's Ghouls and Ghosts. The Genesis one's called Ghouls and Ghosts. But yeah, Genesis box art is so freaking good. I just love Genesis box art. It just screams at you.
It also gives you like old school movie poster vibes.
And I think that's what they were going for, because the Super Nintendo, NES, all of those games were like in cardboard boxes, right? And then Genesis games came in like a plastic case, like a VHS. And they were like the first people to have like good game cases. And I love Genesis art. This Shinobi one is what happens when you type in best Genesis box art on the internet. Some guy on the internet says that's the best one. But I've like never heard of Werewolf. I don't know what that game is, but I saw that art and it gave me like bad VHS B-movie vibes, and I said, yeah, I'd play that.
That's a good vibe right there.
I'd play that. But now we need to talk about box art that need no explaining. So we were talking about this earlier about Ocarina of Time, how it's hailed to be one of the best games ever, and that's the box art, just a plain gradient. And
it's just the logo. That's it. That's all you get.
They didn't need anything else. Final Fantasy VII, the Japanese one, they knew it was Final Fantasy. They knew. Yeah, you don't even need the whole logo. It takes up. Look how tiny that thing is.
It doesn't even take up the whole box.
Who needs it? And then Halo 2 Legendary Edition doesn't even say Halo on it. It just says 2. You already know.
If you thought people would be confused by the Wii and the Wii U, clearly you weren't around for Halo 2.
You weren't around for 2. You ask your mom, hey, can I get Halo 2? She shows up, I couldn't find it. So I bought you this game called 2. It's just Game 2. Someone should do that, make a game called just Game 1, and then Game 2. The definitive video game. But that's when you know you're bold. You don't even need good box art. You just, boom.
The reputation itself was going to carry it.
Yeah. And I guess they were scared for Final Fantasy VII because the English art's like super extra. And I probably like it better. But in Japan, they're like, it's Final Fantasy. You go and buy that. But speaking of differences, we're gonna talk about regional box art differences and how it seems that they go different paths. What do you think about Carrier Crisis? What is going through your head right now?
I think that's Guy Fieri.
the European one?
Yeah! Is that not?
I like how the English one's a black guy and the European one's a white guy. I wonder, who do you play as in the game? Maybe you have a choice. I don't know. And then the Japanese one's just like freaking MS Paint clip art.
Looks like a company logo you would see nowadays for like a bike shop.
Oh yeah, totally. The question is, what one do you think's better? I love the European one.
You know, I'm assuming this one's the US North America version.
Yeah.
There's something about like the chonky PlayStation graphics that I always find super appealing.
Yeah.
Especially because he's just coming and swinging.
He is just like punching that dude, and she's like, holy crap! and his sausage fingers, he's just like,
It's like, get out of my way.
And the European one just looks like he's about to get hit.
He's gonna get run over.
Like, it's over for him. So he attacks, he defends.
Get someone who can do both.
The Japan one's it's just clean. But this was this image, there's somebody shared this on Twitter, and this was like the whole reason why I thought about doing this discussion. Because I think regional box arts are funny.
I see you often referring to the one at the top right, the guy with the banjo.
It's just like spaceship game. What if we just get a guy with a banjo and the spaceship's just kind of there?
I love how like the European and the Japanese versions, like, very similar concept. Like, someone just took like AI art and kind of expanded it a little bit. But United States, they're like, oh heck no.
Like, they had to find this guy, take him to a studio with the green screen, and be like, "So what is this for? Oh, we're making a video game about spaceships." Like, I like to believe it was like one of the designer's neighbors. It was like, "Hey man, you want to be in my video game?"
He's like, I don't know about this. It pays $5.
He's like, "I'll do it." Like, even he looks confused. Like, he doesn't even look like he knows what he's doing.
He's like, is this for one of them books?
It's like, I'm gonna be on a tape cover? It's like, what kind of tape is this? And then, like, phalanx, like, the A and the N and the X are exploding for some reason. I don't know.
Makes it harder to read.
I just noticed that the Japanese version's got a subtitle. The Enforce Fighter A-144. They cut that. They said, that's not good. But that one's fun, and then obviously...
the king of regional differences.
The king, which is Mega Man.
You go from this cartoony little esque thing to like, Action Man.
I don't know. That English one, I mean... Oh, also Grid, by the way.
Oh, you gotta have the grid.
The Capcom Grid. I honestly, though, that European art, though, doesn't get talked about enough.
That needs to be brought up more because, like, that is like an 80s action movie starring Mega Man.
I actually legitimately would hang that one on my wall.
That needs to be a movie of some kind.
The Mega Man movie, just that's the poster. I just love it, because the Japanese art's not good anyway. Like, I don't think that's... Like, I think that's cheapo, too. I think that's cheapo looking as well. And, I mean, what's more to say about the American box art?
I love how they, instead of giving him his iconic blaster, it's just straight up a gun.
He just has a gun. And I don't think there are ever palm trees in Mega Man. I want to know where the palm trees came from.
I don't think they understood the source material.
And Capcom's acknowledged this guy. See, that's Rockman, that's Mega Man. man. Oh, it's so bad. Anyway, let's move on. Mad Kirby. You want to explain Mad Kirby?
Mad Kirby is great. Because, like, Japan, Kirby is so cute and he's so nice and fluffy. Not American Kirby. He's gonna mess stuff up.
American Kirby's pissed.
He's in for the attack.
The only one I found is this one, Kirby Super Deluxe. He's the same. The only difference, and I put a really crappy circle that I used Google Slides shapes for, is that for some reason that one enemy is not in the English version.
Sorry, he's not allowed.
As you can see, I don't know, it's a cannon. So I think maybe they didn't want a weapon on the cover.
Yeah, they even removed the shoddy fire too.
Yeah, that was just a random thing I noticed. That guy throwing a sword, that's fine. Cannon,
Not allowed.
But yeah, Kirby is always mad.
He's always on the attack. Like when he's returning or Nightmare in Dreamland, he's in there for a fight.
Oh yeah, he's got the fighter skin, while the other one he's just got the suit, the star rod. Yeah, I don't know. I've always been curious why Kirby's always mad.
See, in Kirby Air Ride, he's there to have a good time. In Kirby Air Ride, he's there to win.
I feel like at this point, Nintendo of America is just sticking with it. Like, it's been a thing for so long, it's like, we can't have a happy Kirby on the box.
Not allowed.
It's just not allowed. We just can't have it, because he's just always mad. I don't know, that's a fun one. This next one, I brought it up real quick. For some reason, American Wind Waker's gold.
No reason. It's just gold.
I guess, I don't know, this one they wanted gold, the other ones don't get gold.
Something I always find interesting with like a lot of things is like America's always kind of different, where I feel like a lot of European and Japanese things tend to be more akin to one another.
Yeah, the Japanese one and the European one's usually the same, and then the American one's just who knows.
We gotta do something different. Also, I love Ganondorf in this because he's got his back to you like Kazuya.
Yeah,
like he's in Street Fighter mode.
He does look like he's gonna throw down. Freak. And I just see that Korok there, and I'm getting Breath of the Wild flashbacks.
Oh,
I'm just seeing that guy, and I'm like, oh, get that guy out of here, man.
Can't imagine the guy who had to go in and only select Link to be in color.
Yeah, that must have been a nightmare to... Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, Link's only in color. Weird. Anyway, this is one of my favorites. We love Katamari. The only game cover I've ever seen that has the creators of the game on the box. And look how happy they are.
They even got the building and the... It's the giraffe!
It's the giraffe! The Namco giraffe!
I want to believe that they, like, airlifted a giraffe onto the top of their building for this photo.
I would absolutely love it. There's also, like, a cow, a mini cow, if you look at the bottom. There's a lot to take in, but I just, for some reason, think it's so cool, because I think this is the only game cover where, like, the whole development team actually gets to be on the cover of the box, and then the American version's, like, the worst, like, 5 seconds in Photoshop I've ever seen in my life.
It looks like the stage from Super Smash Bros.
Is that Flower? I don't remember what that one's called.
It's called Bad.
So a bad stage in Brawl.
But I love these because Calamari, he's so small. Or is it a guy? He's a guy, right?
Yeah, Katamari's just...
He's just a small little boy.
Yeah.
He's like barely on the cover of his own game.
It's true. He's like not on the cover of his game.
Do they really love Calamari? If he's that tiny?
I think they like the giraffe more.
He takes up more screen.
I don't know. I think Katamari Damacy, or We Love Katamari. I think that's cool art. And they didn't keep it for the remake, which everyone was up in arms about. That they should have had this. But granted, I guess different people worked on it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway,
They should have remade it.
Yeah. Yeah. Come on.
If you're gonna remake the game, remake the cover art.
More games should have the people who made the game on the box, if you ask me. I mean, then you can give it to your mom and validate. Hey, Mom, look, I have a real job. I'm on the box. You don't have to beat the game to see my name. And then this one, I think, is just an atrocity. is they got this beautiful, like you could hang that up in a real castle, Castlevania Symphony of the Night drawing, and then the English one is that. Like, I don't know. That's all I really have to say. The Castlevania art's so good, and the Symphony of the Night box art is just bad.
They done goofed on that.
Yeah, it's just so bad. And then we get another one that just baffles me, is Final Fantasy III's box art. What is it?
It's a Moogle.
But what is he? He's cutting into something, but what is that shape?
A demon?
I have been trying to figure out what this box art is for a long time.
And I don't think the Moogle's even that important either.
He's like hardly in Final Fantasy III. And then if you look at Final Fantasy VI, which is 3, you got Terra right in the Magitech armor at the beginning of the game. This is like the first thing you do in the game. Like, oh yeah, that looks cool. And they even changed the logo. They're like a sword.
Sword's way cooler than mecha.
I guess.
You know, Americans, they love their medieval, not their mechas.
It's true. They were like, people like their cool looking jewel sword.
Though I think it's funny that the sword is the T of fantasy.
Oh yeah, that didn't even register in my head. That's funny.
Because it's such a good logo.
Dude, that's because it's so good. Speaking of that, the Q is the sword.
What is this, the Lion King?
Lion King wasn't out yet, dude.
Oh, the Lion King ripped it off from Mystic Quest?
Yeah. The funny thing is I didn't even think about the T, because the reason I wanted to bring this up was that the sword is the end of the Q in Quest.
At least that translated.
Yeah. But yeah, they went chibi, and then they went just generic armor guy,
man.
Generic armor guy, man.
It's just there.
Not chibi enough, but I just love Mystic Quest because I think it's the coolest use of a sword being part of the Q. It makes more sense on the English art, I think, than the Japanese art. But I think that's cool. And then this one just baffles me, okay? So, Dragon Quest, known as Dragon Warrior at this time in America, you get Akira Toriyama. Granted, Akira Toriyama didn't have the name he has now. But literally probably the most famous Japanese artist ever. You get him to do your art, and the American box art's like, nah.
Nah, fam. We ain't sticking with that.
It's like, literally at Summer Game Fest, like 2 days ago, they announced a game with just, yo, Akira Toriyama worked on this game. And then they showed like this trailer. That was it. People got hyped. Because, oh, Akira Toriyama's on this game. That gotta be Dragon Ball.
That means it's really good.
That means it's good. And it's like, could you imagine you get Akira Toriyama to do art for you and you just throw it away?
It's not good enough, man.
Nah, instead we need fantasy people. I mean, I think this art kind of rules too, but it's just...
It honestly looks like some 80s, 90s Dungeons and Dragons manual cover.
Yeah, I like that Cyclops and just chilling in the mist, like, ah! I don't know.
It's like, I'm gonna get out!
I'm gonna get you! I don't know, I just think that's funny. But it's time for... I don't know if you get this joke. This one's a stretch.
The biggest regional differences?
This is the biggest regional difference of box arts. Because the joke is this is all the same game.
What?
So, the real Ghostbusters in the United States, in Japan, was called Mickey Mouse 4. And the real Ghostbusters in Europe was called Garfield Labyrinth.
Was it just the same game?
They just reskinned it.
Just reskinned the game 3 different times?
Yeah, they're all the same game. Just one, the main character is Mickey Mouse. The other one, the main character is Bill Murray from Ghostbusters. And then the other one is Garfield.
I love how the real Ghostbusters is the most, like, copyright safe version of the Ghostbusters. Like, we actually didn't get the license to, like, use any of the characters.
It's just Ghostbuster guy. Like, which Ghostbuster is that?
One of them.
But yeah, this one was kind of a stretch. I just thought it'd be funny because it's technically the same game. But I don't know. That one I just thought was funny. But now let's start talking about box art with stuff on it.
Probably one of the worst decisions ever made.
And it's like they're always worth less. They're cheaper, granted, but like why? Why is the box art smaller and I have to get this grid now?
Honestly, I think the Nintendo Selects would have been way better if they just removed the red border and just had Nintendo Select up top.
Yeah, PlayStation's is slightly better.
Why red though?
Yeah, it's like in your face. And the PlayStation Selects, usually the box is red and not blue like normal PlayStation boxes.
Oh, so it looks bad on a shelf.
So it looks bad on your shelf. Yeah. So it's even worse. And they just stand out. This is the biggest offense. Here's a picture of the box art on the box art.
I love how it says Konami on it twice.
I didn't even know. And the ESRB. It's
and the Nintendo DS little thing.
It even has like the US like NTH USA on it twice. It's got all the legal like it's literally they pulled a freaking PNG.
They threw a PNG, changed it a little bit, and slapped it on there.
It's so bad, and this box art isn't even good. Like if we want to talk about Castlevania box art, like this is just generic anime people.
What have they done to Castlevania?
This game's actually not that bad, but that box art is bad.
Honestly, it looks like a group of ghost hunters.
It just looks like generic anime game. But then we get GameStop / EB Games.
Gotta love it when they resell games, but because people are just selling them and stuff, for whatever reason, they've lost the covers.
I don't know how they do it.
I understand if it's like a DS game or a 3DS game, right? Games that have cartridges, I understand how you lose the case. How are you losing the PlayStation 2 case?
I don't know who's losing. Who just has discs? You throw them away, putting them in one of those packets, zipping them up.
Where are you taking them? Are you telling me you take your PlayStation 2 everywhere you go?
And
that you're going to play 10 different video games on your journey?
Yeah, I don't know. And another thing that's always I wanted the PlayStation 2 on here specifically because he's holding the controller like a gun, and I'm just like, it's like he's secret agent gamer, man, and it's just so stupid. And that kid's always holding on to the his mom bought him GameStop, and he's holding on to the bag. I don't know.
The more you look at these arts, the more you're like, what were they thinking?
It's so bad. And because EB Games is the name of GameStop in Canada. They couldn't even make two versions. It just says GameStop or EB Games at the bottom.
Why would they do this?
And the ESRB rating also kills me. It's just like E. Like it's not even centered. It's just whatever the guy I'm guessing if you worked at GameStop, you literally opened this in Microsoft Word and you dragged a text box and you typed it in.
Yeah, because Super Monkey Ball is not even centered.
No!
The thing is, they have the actual logos.
Yeah.
How did they get clean, crisp versions of those logos? But they can't afford, good box art.
I know. And there's, no good scans of these on the internet for some reason. So, I had to grab these off of freaking eBay.
Yes, you do.
And they all got that's another thing. Every single one's got the GameStop sticker on it. Not only are you getting the game ruined with this bad art that says save 10% on it, you also are forced to have that nasty sticker that I don't know why about GameStop. Getting those stickers off, nightmare. They're not coming off.
Every time you go to a retro game store or something where you can buy games, you know that game was once owned by a GameStop.
Yeah, because you see that. You know what that square is.
It is the worst sticker known to man.
So bad. I've ruined so many game cases because I'm trying to get that freaking off. In fact, I'm looking over there and
you can see Ty's got one.
Seeing Ty's got one on it. But anyway, this one's just a meme. Did you know there's two versions of featuring Dante from Devil May Cry?
Whoa. That's the one I always see.
That's the one you always see. I found out that there's another one. I don't know. I just thought it was funny. I don't know why they put that on there. Really don't know why. Because it's only on the Japanese box, actually.
Honestly, it's so giving me like movie poster vibes. It's like, look, this one actor happens to be in the game, and it's like, oh, we put this video game character in here.
It's like, oh, it's got Dante. You know Dante. And like the original Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne. Because this is Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne, the one that says featuring Dante from DMC. And then in you can't even read it, Devil May Cry under DMC, which is bad font. And then that's Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne, like Devil something, or like, I don't remember what it's called, Devil Hunter or something like that. It's like a spin-off. And then that one also's got Dante in it. But then it's like got like this Shin Megami Tensei logo also. It looks like a pentagram thingy.
Everything about it is like, you got Anime Boy, which is what you expect.
Yeah.
And you got the same face tattoo on this weird World of Warcraft custom character.
Yeah, it got worse. Like, this guy's freaking me out.
I don't want to play this game.
I don't like realistic anime guy. Give me back old anime guy.
Give me Astro Boy over there.
Oh man. And then this one I thought was funny. Games that came with movie tickets.
It's such a weird connection. Right?
Yeah. And on the box it says on each one, free movie pass, and there's different logos for each one. And they're different companies. Activision made the Series of Unfortunate Events one. They got a little Series of Unfortunate Events logo that says it's got a free movie ticket. The Zathura one got its own. That's made by 2K. Who knew 2K made that? And then EA made the Harry Potter one, and it's got its own logo.
I'm sad my copy of Zathura doesn't have a movie ticket.
Yeah, dude. Finding these images online was like tough, by the way. I want to bring up the struggle of trying to find the game boxes that had the movie tickets. I don't know if that increases value or lowers it. I would say it probably lowers it because it takes up box art space.
Yo, if I have a movie ticket, can I go watch the movie, EA? Because I've got that movie ticket for Harry Potter.
If they ever do a re-showing, you know, because they've been doing that a lot lately, where they're just like, we're gonna re-show like Return of the Jedi in theaters. Maybe one day they'll replay Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. You'd be like, does this count?
Here's my ticket.
Just give it to them, see what they say. They're like, we don't even have physical tickets anymore. What is this?
Movie tickets don't look like
This
this.
says expired. Expired 2004. It's 20 years ago. But that's funny. And then now we're talking about games with superlatives on the box. AKA superlative meaning like reviews, 10 out of 10 praises on it.
Is Batman getting punched in the face? I've just now noticed this.
Is he?
Because it's got blood, so he's either wiping the blood off his face, or he's getting decked in the schnoz.
Either way, he's hurt. He's not okay.
Also, it's hard to even tell, because you got the giant Batman logo in the back that's obscured by 10 out of 10, and then you got a tiny little Arkham City logo, and it's just... What were they thinking?
It's so bad. It is so bad. They got the weird bonus content. The 3D's bigger for some reason on the American than the European one. But there's so much going on, and it's just so bad. But it's time to talk about this. I had to take a picture of my own copy because I don't know anyone else who has freaking this version of Mario 3D World that specifically says it won Family Game of the Year in 2012 to 2013.
I've never seen that.
That's my copy. My copy has that. I couldn't find anywhere online anyone mentioning this. But yeah. For some reason there's an X there. I must have screenshotted it weird.
You must have done a bad job.
Did it bad.
All I'm saying is, don't lowball me. I know what I got.
I know what I got. I got the Family Game of the Year edition, yo. At the Academy of Interactive Arts and Science, which I don't know what that is.
I don't know what it is either.
I don't think that's Jeff Keighley's Game Awards. I don't know what that is. But also you can bring up the PNG background.
Yeah, I feel like they're missing something. That just looks like it's a transparent image, and they just forgot to put something there.
Yeah, what's supposed to be in that background?
They forgot something, and they didn't even remedy this in the new version of the box art.
They made it worse and took out that cat Luigi by the ESRB logo. He's not even on the Switch version.
Luigi isn't as cool as Mario.
Well, this was the year of Luigi, and so...
Oh, yeah.
So now that's why he's on the box twice. Oh, Mario's on the box twice. Oh, I don't know. On to the next one. This one I thought was hilarious.
Oh, I saw this recently.
Because it says best fighting game of the year, and you're like, whoa. But if you look really closely, the DICE Awards, it was the finalist, didn't win. And at the Game Awards, it was just nominated for it. It never won.
Is that false advertising?
It never won Best Game of the Year, Best Fighting Game. It just got nominated for it twice.
I really dislike when you see they throw Ultimate Edition on stuff. It's always gold.
Yeah.
It's always this weird gold color. It just doesn't look as good as the actual one.
Yeah, it's never good. Game of the Year editions, all that stuff. They always are the worst versions of the box. But speaking of that, I'm about to show you two vastly different ones. So, Far Cry 6 Game of the Year edition was clowned on for never winning Game of the Year anywhere. And then they went out and said, well, it was Game of the Year to our fans. That's what they said.
So they're lying.
And then we're on the other end of the spectrum where Sony lied, and I don't know who knows where this number came from, where they said The Last of Us got over 200 Game of the Year awards.
Is there even that many?
I watched a video where somebody tried to fact check it, and they're like, I don't know if this is possible to fact check. What 200 sites? Like, what? Did 200 people give it Game of the Year award? Like, where did they pull that number from?
Some guy on Twitter who works for the company simply made 200 accounts. And they all say the same thing, where it's like, Last of Us Remastered, 200 Game of the Year awards.
200. It was over. In fact, we're not more than 200. It could have been 201, but it's more than 100. And then, like, Far Cry never won a single one.
I want to believe over 200 was supposed to be 2.
Over 2 Game of the Year awards.
Someone just added an extra 0 or 2.
Yeah, I've always, that thing's always bugged me. I remember seeing it and being like, that's the stupidest of thing you could put on your box.
You know, this is a side tangent, but kind of working at Far Cry 6, like, if you were to remove all the logos and stuff, that is just a solid poster.
That one is actually pretty good.
Unlike The Last of Us Remastered over there, you remove everything, that you don't know what that is.
No, what is that?
That's not a good poster in my mind.
No. Actually, that Far Cry poster is actually pretty good. I mean, it's got Guy with his back with a gun on it, but you also got that guy from Breaking Bad.
Gus Fring?
Yeah, I don't know his actor's name.
Yeah, I don't know the actor name off the top of my head, but, like, this is, like, Breaking Bad territory.
That's got good vibes. I like the color, too. I like the contrast between the dark red and the light blue. That's actually pretty good. Good job, Ubisoft!
You know how to make a box art sometimes.
You did it! Now I'm talking about game bundles. Now this one I just thought was hilarious. Because it's like, man, if only I could get 3 ninjas kickback and hook in one easy-to-carry package.
I love these things because you always get the weirdest combinations.
Like, what's the correlation between these two games?
I don't know if you have it on here, but just Metroid Prime and the Wind Waker.
Oh, yeah.
I understand they're huge Nintendo games, but, like, very different.
And what has always bugged me is that the Wind Waker logo goes into the Metroid logo, or into the Metroid box, and the Metroid logo goes into the Wind Waker box.
Just a little bit.
Why do they cross over? Oh, it's always bugged me. I hate this art.
I'm looking at that Game Boy Advance box art. Those look like the PC versions of these games.
This one, I didn't know if I should include both, and so I decided to because they did it in different ways. that's like fake box. And then this one's like Shark Tale gets way less room than Shrek. It's like, you know what game you're here for.
You're here for Shrek. We just threw Shark Tale in here just so you would buy it.
And isn't it wild that the Game Boy versions of Shark Tale and Shrek got a 2-in-1 pack? And the Xbox versions? Isn't that weird?
That is super bizarre. But I will say, I actually own that 2-in-1 Game Boy Advance pack. And I went to a game store and I was like, I'm gonna buy this. But as I was searching through all the Game Boy games, Shrek 2 cost more than Shrek 2 of Shark Tale.
Well, it's like that, because the funny thing is, Metroid Prime, right, and Wind Waker, not expensive games. Like, they're relatively still affordable GameCube games. But this box is one of the most expensive boxes on GameCube. This thing goes for like hundreds of dollars. But it's just a box. You're buying the game. The games in the box aren't worth anything. It's just a freaking box. So you could buy those games separately, then buy the box, put them both in there. No one would know.
No one would know.
It's the box that's expensive. Weird, man. But here's like other examples. Star Fox. They just like, hey, there's Star Fox Guard right there in the corner. There you go. And then I don't know what this 6-pack is. It's like here's like tiny little versions of what the box art is.
That's like getting to like 30-in-1-esque territory. Like those weird...
Yeah. Sega published that. That's official Sega. The Sega 6-pack's weird, man.
It's a large variety.
Yeah, weird. Yeah, you get columns and Sonic. Weird. Anyway, this is reversible game covers. I wanted to bring this one up. Because if you bought the Wii U version of Rhodia, I think, Sky Soldier by Yuji Naka, the Wii U version was known for being absolutely terrible. So what they did is the Wii U version came with the Wii copy as well inside of it, and a reversible cover to make everyone think it was the Wii version.
That's a big brain move right there.
Yeah, the reversible covers. Here's the Wii version, there's the Wii U version. What one you want? Because it's got both.
I've never seen that, where they've released 2 different console versions in the same collection.
Yeah, dude. Apparently Rhodia Sky Soldier, though, is, like, unplayable on Wii U. I've never seen it, but I remember everyone saying that the Wii U version, when it was new, because I was going to buy it, because I had a Wii U, right? And it was like new Wii U game, like that's rare. Oh, gotta get on that. And everyone said the Wii U version sucked so bad. Buy the Wii version. And then eventually they made a version that had both. For some reason.
It goes hard, man.
Crazy. Even though I do like the Wii U box art, I think better. But
it definitely, because a lot of the anime games you get where it's all the same thing. It's all just anime characters. But that's like anime action.
Yeah, that's like guy, and there's like cool city. It's like, ooh.
You know, I'm probably going to be the first person, but that looks like Final Fantasy, the Crystal Bearers.
Which one?
The one on the left. That's
I'll
the vibe.
Take your word for it.
That's the vibe I'm getting from it.
All right, now it's time for a mini game. Bum bum bum. All right, mini game. I'm gonna have you look at several different game boxes. Imagine you're at a used game store. Which one are you grabbing off the shelf, putting in your cart? And also, you can guess what kind of game it is.
See, I understand what the 2 on the right are. Super Bust-A-Move, it seems to be some kind of puzzle game.
For some reason, yeah.
With a weird baby. College Slam, gotta be some basketball game.
That ball.
The one on the left, I have no clue. I don't even know. I don't even know how to say that. Is that Kobe?
Colibri? I don't know.
It's gotta be some platformer.
I just typed in good box art on the internet and that one came up and I was like, yeah, dude.
Good box art?
Yeah, I literally typed in like good game box art and that was one of the first for some reason. That College Slam one though is just, it's so aggressive.
I never want to see teeth on a basketball again in my life.
And there's like a real college cheerleader girl. Like, little tiny.
Oh, she's just there.
What one are you buying?
I'm going with Super Bust-A-Move.
Yeah, dude. If that one...
That Cool Kid Baby, Yo.
I was kind of hoping you wouldn't choose that one because you got it in round 2.
Oh!
So we got Super Bust-A-Move. This is I think that's Kaze no Tam of Wind, and then that's Ori no Roriori or Nori or something like that.
All of these look like ads you would see in a magazine for the game, not the actual cover art.
Not the box art, but it is.
Look at that Super Bust-A-Move 2 or whatever.
It's so addictive.
What if they... Why do they have Q-tips holding his eyes open? Is he being forced to be addicted to this game?
He just loves Bust-A-Move. It's just like a fun, like, cute puzzle game too. And then I just threw 2 games that it doesn't. What do you think you do with No Tam of Wind?
It's got air balloons? Hot air balloons? Is it a racing game?
It's just a hot air balloon simulator. You just float around in hot air balloons. But I love that box art. That's my cover photo on Twitter, is this box art.
Yo, that one on the right's gotta be some kind of Cooking Mama game.
It sure is.
That's the one I would play.
Yeah, that Ori no Roriori is so freaking good.
It goes hard.
Yeah.
And I keep thinking Daxter is gonna show up and start cutting stuff.
Dude, but the funny thing about that, people were clowning on this box art on Twitter a while back because it probably cost them like $10. It's like, yo, who's got a knife, a cutting board, and like, what is that, spring onion? I don't even know what the freak that is. Yo, cut that up.
Is it a leek?
A leek, baby? Yeah. Cut it up. Okay, that's our box. When you run out of budget for the box art. I don't know what one you. This is guys, people on cover.
It always is weird when you see like actual people on box arts and stuff. Though the lady on the left, like she's been fishing in her life.
Yo,
She
love
knows how
that.
to fish.
That box art goes so freaking hard. It's just like, why she got a life jacket on?
What's going on? That's just the meme right there. Deadliest Catch, Sea of Chaos. That's just the meme.
Yeah,
It's just the guy pointing meme.
It's the guy pointing meme. Like, what's he even telling me? What's he telling me to do? It's like, I got this crab!
You gotta get it to the destination. Check your viewpoint.
It's so aggressive. And then 1-2 switch. Everybody 1-2 switch is just bad.
Why has he got a horse mask on? Is this the 2010s?
This is the new one. Why do they got phones over their heads? Why do they have Joy-Cons not over their heads?
Was this game canceled?
Why is this game exist? What one you buying?
Yo, I gotta go with Deadliest Catch, man.
Shoot,
Sea
dude!
of Chaos? Dude, I feel like if I don't get this game, he's gonna like come to my house.
You don't get it, he's gonna beat you up.
With the crab.
Alright, this is Japan only edition. We got, I think that's Aris Adventure.
The blurry cover art?
Yes, the cover art is purposely blurry.
Purposely?
Yeah, this is actually like a really high quality scan. The box art's just blurry. And then we got Suzuki Bakahatsu, which is just a chick holding a time bomb. And then we got Boko no Natsuyasumi, which is just a real picture of a mountain in Japan somewhere, and an animated picture of a kid being happy about it.
Why is he there?
Dude, he's just happy, dude. It's summer holiday 20th century.
Oh, summer holiday 20th century?
What else do you gotta know, man?
You see, I know what the game in the middle is, because wink, wink, nudge, nudge, someone talked about it a while ago.
I love Suzuki Bakahatsu, and just look at her, dude. She's staring into my soul.
She's not impressed.
And I just love how she's just... I don't think you could sell a game with a woman holding an actual pipe bomb on the cover in America. I don't think you could do it.
I don't think that could come to the States.
No. So what you buying? Blurry, bomb, Boku.
You know, the more I look at that kid, and I'm like, you know, that's got to be a good game.
Yeah, dude. Boku.
It's on the PlayStation 3.
Yeah, dude. Doesn't that look like the most PS1 box art?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Get Boku no Natsuyasa.
And it's by Sony.
Yeah, dude. That's first party Sony game. I could tell you about them. They're wild. They're like these Japan-only Animal Crossing kind of games. Only came out in the whole story of the Boku no Natsuyasumi games is like you're a kid who goes on vacation in the countryside, and you have 30 days throughout a month to go on vacation, and each day different things happen, and you go on adventures as a kid. They're all in Japanese. None of them are translated. There's like a guy on the internet who played through all of them and added subtitles like in Premiere so you can know what they're saying. About the only way you can really experience any of them.
Sick.
They're really cool though. Anyway, guy with guns.
Everyone's favorite color arts. Guy with a gun.
I wanted to pick kind of more obscure ones. I guess Medal of Honor isn't, but I just didn't want to pick Call of Duty or Battlefield.
And honestly, just looks like every game for the PlayStation 3 was a guy with a gun.
Yeah, dude. What one's speaking to you?
Do you like this guy with this gun? Or this guy with this gun?
I don't like how close to the guy's eyes. I don't like that eyes shot.
I don't like the guy like screaming.
That guy's got a beard too. That guy probably would yell at you at a Walmart.
It's like, get out of the way! I gotta get my beer.
He's got a big truck. And then I don't know what's going on in Mag.
Everything here, it's just like, it's a shooter.
Yeah.
That's it.
But what one's speaking to you the most?
There's something about Mag.
Yeah, dude, Mag. What does Mag stand for? It's like massive or multiplayer it's like multiplayer online game, but I know that's not what it stands for.
I think it stands for Man Against Guns.
It's about a guy with a gun who's trying to go after people with guns.
The only way to stop guns is to use a gun.
I think we should make that game. The only way to stop guns is to use guns. Alright, this is just random box art. And we all know why I chose Resident Evil 6. Because
it's not good.
It's the worst freaking art. And then I don't know. This one was just, I picked from two random box art I kind of liked, but didn't know what to do with. I don't know what's going on with Trojan.
Oh, Deadliest Creatures. I thought that said Deadliest Catch, and I was like,
yeah,
that is a pretty deadly catch.
See, when I was actually looking for Deadly Catch, I found that instead, because I typed it in wrong. I was like, Deadly Catch Wii, and Deadly Creatures Wii showed up instead. These are all drastically different. What one you buying?
You know, the snake. If I don't buy that, he's gonna come to my house.
No, he's eating you. Okay, we'll take it. Which version of Zool are you buying? So this one was stupid. This took me way too long. But Zool, the ninja of the nth dimension, came out on Game Boy, Master System, Genesis, Game Gear, Super Nintendo, the Archimedes computer, never heard of it, the Amiga, the Atari ST computer, MS-DOS, and Amiga CD32. And all of them have slightly different box art.
Yo, I love that bottom right one. Something about him just flying on the game. Like, he's ready to enter your computer and cause havoc.
Shoot, he's riding on the wrong side of the disc, Zool! You just scratched my disc!
You see, in the 9th dimension, that's how you ride your discs around.
I don't know why I did this. It was really stupid. I just noticed that there are a billion versions of Zool, and I thought, I'm gonna grab every box art I could find. This was like way too difficult.
Good old Zool.
I've never even heard of it, but good for Zool. Alright. Fitness Wii game. I noticed how many Fitness Wii games exist.
I like how all of these are just like, how can we be Wii Fit without being Wii Fit?
Exactly. And the funny thing is, I have EA Active personal trainer. My parents used to use it. And you like put the nunchuck, like as you can see, you have this leg strap that you would put the nunchuck in.
Why?
It like barely worked.
That looks like the pseudo version of like the Nintendo Switch like Ring Fit
Yeah.
leg strap. That can't be comfortable.
And the crazy thing is, it's like these weren't made by like weird companies like EA, Ubisoft, Activision. Like,
They wanted to get on that Wii Fit trend and be one of the 12 games that use the Wii balance board.
But the question is, which one? Are you going with Julian Michaels? Going with the Zumba lady? The chick that looks like she wants to beat you up, 10-minute solution, knockout body?
Yo, yoga and Pilates workout, mind, body.
Yo, you getting that one?
Yo, I'm going for that one.
Yeah, dude. Look at that, dude. Look at.
Yo, he's ready to be the Wii Fit trainer.
The thing that's funny, I was now looking at it, is he's like, you know when you're in bare feet, you're wearing pants, but your pants are just a little too long when you're in bare feet? I'm pretty sure his foot, if you look at the bottom, is like he's stepping on the back end of his pant leg.
Amazing.
Alright, guy with his mouth open.
Russell Brand's
Astrology.
What? You found the most bizarre box arts. I love the GBA one because it looks like someone like was just out and about taking photos of the scenery, and some guy just kind of like got caught off guard by it. He's like, whoa.
The thing that kills me about Cars Rally is right next to the dude's face. I ain't never heard of this company before, but Jelco? You just look at Jelco would make that game. Yeah, I don't know who they are, but yeah, it looks like a Jelco game.
Yo, I think the mystery of the druids is why they're so high.
The funny thing is, one day we'll have to talk about Mystery of the Druids because that game's hilarious. It's the only reason I know it is because that game is funny. But and then when I typed in bad box art, Russell Brand's Astrology was like the second one that showed up.
Amazing.
So you're getting that one?
Yo, I gotta go with Cars Rally.
Well, then I think you win because we made it to the end. That is it! We went all the way! Going back!
The giraffe lady.
Any conclusions on what you think about game box art after that 40-slide presentation?
So, you know what I said earlier? You can't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
You literally can't. I cannot for the life of me understand any of these games from the box alone.
Yo!
I can't make any sound judgment.
You can't do it! It's like, what is transport?
Is it just a robot transporting things? I don't know.
What is he? What did black belt do you kick? What do you do with black belts? Oh man. Well, I think that was a double boost. I hope you learned something.
Those who are looking to make a video game, don't make box arts like these. Please don't.
And if you do, make it like Smash Court Tennis, dude.
Make it look like a giraffe.
Yeah, dude, giraffes. Yeah. Where is it? Where's it at? There it is. Oh, yeah, giraffes, dude.
I think there should be more giraffes on box arts.
More giraffes. Watch this. More giraffes just going. Whoa! Oh shoot! There we go. There he is. More giraffe. There we go. Slide yo. Yeah. There he is.
Looks like a Vita box art.
Yeah, that's what they are. They're just stretched. For anybody who worked on this game, I'm sorry I just stretched the heck out of you. Subscribe.